Well, hello my lovelies, and thank you for joining me. First thing we're going to do is cleanse our area. Just have a bit of holy wood here. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do a quick 3-card draw using my Wicca deck. And what I'm focusing on today is how are we going to help everybody with the anxiety, the uncertainty, just everything that's kind of going on in the world right now. It's driving everybody crazy. So what are we going to do? What can we do to help us get through the next few weeks? All right. So first thing we have is the 5 of Pentacles. The nice thing about this card is that actually it's depicted in winter, which a lot of us, especially up here in Canada, are still in that dead of winter. So one thing we have to do is brave the winter. And what I'm kind of feeling from that is we need to get out of the house, but we're not going anywhere, right? We need to social distance. So this is braving the winter. This is going outside into the winter. Yes, it might be still a bit cold, but we just need to bundle up. So this is going out for a walk, just even going a walk around your neighborhood, maybe going up into the hills, maybe going for a hike, just getting yourself outside. Even though we're not going anywhere and we can't socialize with anyone once we get there, this is just going to get us out of the house, and this is going to help everybody just feel not so cooped up and just feel like we're not, you know, prisoners in our own homes. Next card is 7 of Wands. Now this is a particular card. I'm actually surprised this kind of came up, but this is a big problem going on right now. And this is people putting blame on other people. Yes, people are going to spread it. Yes, people are going to go to places or be in situations they're not supposed to be, but we cannot throw around that blame. All that is going to do is breed more fear, because that is where that blame is coming from. It's coming from our own fear and people's fears of the situation. We cannot breed that fear, so we need to stop that blame. People just happen to be in the wrong situation sometimes, and that is a lot of the times what is happening. People are just in the wrong place at the wrong time and things happen. So we need to stop with that blame and just come together as a community, locally, provincially, federally, as a world in total, that we need to stop putting the blame or pointing people out and things like that. We need to come together and just deal with the situation as it comes. Now, lastly, is King of Wands. So this is looking at the world as whole. One thing that is definitely going to come out of the situation, and this has been coming up for me just thinking about the current situation lately, is this is actually going to change the world. And what this, it's not going to be something crazy drastic. This is something that we're going to look at the end of this situation. We're going to be looking at the world as a global community differently. We're going to be looking at how we interact with each other differently and how we respond to situations like this. This situation is kind of interesting in how different communities, municipalities, the provinces, different countries, etc., has responded to the situation. And it's novel. Not only is the virus novel, it is novel how we are responding to the situation compared to any other viral, virus outbreak situation in the past. And what we do now is actually going to change how the next one will come about. So which it's inevitable in this world, there will be another virus outbreak at some point in the future, and how we respond to that will actually be driven and guided by what we do now. So it's actually going to change how our healthcare responds to different situations, how our different types of governments respond to these types of situations. And that's actually a good thing. It's actually going to change the way things are going to happen next time. And I have a feeling, or I have a inclination, that the next time something like this happens, it's not even going to jump countries. It's just going to stay where it originated, and it's not even going to jump countries. It's going to be so locked down, and we're going to know what to do so quickly that it's not going to become this global situation that we're in right now. It's not going to be like that next time. So as much as our anxiety is driving us crazy and trying to follow the rules and you know, if travel plans are changed and all that kind of jazz, it's going to come out with a greater good that next time we don't have to do this. And if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And I know I said 3, but I feel like I need to draw the next one. And that one is the Magician. And this is a unified education. That's what I'm getting from this, is unified education. And again, this is something that's been coming up for me lately in the last few days, is not only are we becoming more educated as a society or as a, you know, in our cultures and things like that about, you know, virus transmission and transmittability between people and all that kind of stuff, we're learning more individually. And yes, you know, most people have a basic understanding of how things are transmitted and things like that, but we're getting a bigger understanding of, yes, you can pick this up, you know, by touching a handle that somebody touched before you in a public place. Yes, you can pick this up when you're in a, you know, a virus in a different country. Yes, you can, which I find is something that we definitely downplay and on our normal day-to-day lives. And then you can definitely see this in the normal flu season or cold season, how it spreads. And, you know, there's a bug going around town. There's just a bug going around town. Well, we kind of become complacent with that as just inevitability and just normal. But if we did some of the things we're doing now, like making sure we use hand sanitizer when we're out in a public space, making sure that we are, you know, wiping things down regularly, sanitizing, you know, things in our homes, or sanitizing things that we take out in public all the time, regularly. You know what? Yes, we're doing it to the extreme right now to mitigate the current situation. But if we did that during the regular flu season or cold season or whatever, we would not be spreading it as much as we do now. So it's actually, so our personal education of being self-aware of virus transmission and bacteria transmission and all that kind of stuff is going to help us in our day-to-day moving forward to not only stop novel viruses, but to stop our common viruses too. Because as much as we're scared about this virus spreading and harming people, well, you know, people die from day-to-day viruses as well. People die from the flu. People get colds and have irreparable damage to their lungs because their lungs can't handle it because they're diseased. So we're doing harm with these day-to-day viruses too. We're just not as self-aware of it. But I think through the situation that we're in now, we will become more self-aware and will help protect each other even more moving forward when the current situation is complete. Yeah, and I feel like that is the end of what I needed to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps you at least a little bit. And if you would like and subscribe my channel, I'm going to be planning on doing these pretty regularly, and I would be forever grateful if you did. And my nails are super long because my nail tech's closed. All right, guys. Thank you. Love you. See you next time.